Chuckie's a Lefty is a lovely way to celebrate the things that make us unique. This is the second segment of the 5th episode of the 6th season of Rugrats, and in this one, Chuckie has started to use his left hand when he's crayoning, and there's a rather delightful moment where he realises this because he bumps elbows with Tommy when they're colouring in. At no point did they decide to just swap seats and avoid that, but Tommy calls Chuckie Chuckaroo. I don't know if he's ever done that before. He might have done, and I might have just not paid attention to it. But I thought that was rather sweet. And obviously Chaz becomes instantly terrified and flees to this clinic that Dr. Lipschitz is running to try and find out more about how this is going to affect poor Chuckie's future. And we also have a narrative running alongside this. Angelica's just come back from vacation and she went to this exhibit where there were different displays of, I guess, odd things. I use that word loosely because the display included the world's tallest human and the tallest adult and the world's smallest adult. So I don't really like to use the word odd, and I don't think the exhibit would feature those things today, but certainly well, I mean, it might if it was a kind of Guinness World Records things, but that's not really what this episode was suggesting. It was suggesting it was more about things that made people strange rather than unique. At least that's the way Angelica was portraying it, and she decides to put on her own exhibit of strange things. And she charges children a cookie to see the exhibit. And she declares that Chuckie is her, as she calls it, main distraction, because she thinks Chuckie's weird. But as the episode progresses, mostly with the help of Tommy, Chuckie has to learn that actually being left-handed doesn't make him strange, it just makes him a bit more unique, because according to the episode, only 10% of the population, I assume the American population, or at least the States, are left-handed. I don't know if that's still true, but certainly that's pretty interesting. There's this great moment where the babies are pointing out the things that make them all unique, and even Angelica begins to realise that actually she might have things that make her unique and that makes her special. And anything that makes Angelica feel even more special is something that she's going to focus on. So I thought it was quite sweet. I think it's a great episode for young children who are left-handed, because we actually had about quite a good number of people with people who were left-handed in my primary school class, and for some reason they got to sit on cushions. I have no idea what this was about, but when we had carpet time, the people who were left-handed got to sit on cushions. I don't know why to this day. I mean, I never googled it, but why? If anybody knows why people who are left-handed need to sit on cushions on the floor, please let me know. I don't know, maybe the teacher was left-handed and wanted to just give them special treatment. But yeah, we had more than 10% of our class who are left-handed. But the point is, there are a good number of children who are left-handed, so it might help to make them realise that actually it doesn't mean they're strange, it doesn't mean they're odd, and it probably isn't going to cause any significant problems in their future, other than getting ink on their hands. I remember that being a problem for people who were left-handed when we started to write with pens. We had those pens, not ballpoint pens, but not quite fine line pens, but the ink was definitely quite wet, and their hands would get very dirty from writing left to right. But other than that, it can certainly help people who are left-handed to realise that actually it might make them a bit more unique, but it doesn't make them strange. Definitely a good episode that helps to celebrate the things that make all of us different. And I think it does it in a way that's fun, engaging, very, very well written, of course, and an episode that I really enjoyed.